Hello, friends. Today, I feel today is a milestone episode within our series and within our development of the application. Today, I am thinking of doing a change, but before I would discuss more about it, let me look at the feedback that was sent. And yes, it matches with what I was thinking. So the feedback says segregate the features into free and paid features. So I believe that for the application to be a uh, bit more revenue generation capable, we can think about separating our features into free and paid. So right now we have a set of features that we see on the right side. Now these ones are free to everyone at the current moment, but I think that in the long run, we won't be able to generate revenue from the um, amount of features that we are developing and the effort we are putting within the application. But I don't want to be a person who wants to reap benefits, and definitely nobody would want to pay a high amount of money for for um, for such features at the current moment. So um, I was thinking maybe I can think about charging them. I have not fixed on a price for the payment at the moment for the paid features, but right now I can think of creating for every users, separating them into paid or free. So here it will be paid user, paid user, and this one should be all smalls, and I want to make it a boolean. Maybe, yeah, boolean sounds good, and it will have a default value, and I'll do not now for this one. I want to keep a default value as false. Right now everybody is free, so save it. In the future, this column will become true once somebody decides to opt for the paid version of the application, and all the features will refer to this column and see, is the current user a paid user? If he is a paid user, then we show him the feature, otherwise we do not show that feature. But yeah, definitely I feel that the basic need for monitoring finances and all that can should be available to everybody. It should be free of cost. The only extra features that we put extra efforts into, that can be that can be um, that can be put in the paid version. So right now let's go through the application slowly. I've kept a 30-minute timer right now, and that one will try to see what applications we are seeing or what features we are seeing within the application, and let's decide if this is a free or this is a paid feature that we can put on. So right now signing in is a free feature. I feel that everybody should be able to sign in and should be able to sign in using Google. This is, I think, a basic feature that everybody needs to do, so we'll keep it in the free. Then comes the home page. At the current home page, I think right now we don't have anything much to add to it. I think that this page can state as it is right now. Maybe in the future we might decorate it a bit more for the paid users, but that would be something extra, not something that is basic for the functioning of the application. Now we come to update finances. Now in update finances, right now we are able to submit the fee or the values that we put into different fields we should be able to submit them. And I think this is a basic feature. Everybody should be able to do that. Everybody should be able to submit it. Maybe in the future on this page, we might think of auto filling this field from the data that is being saved for the user in the database, or that is being grabbed from a third party tool. So if that's the case, that can be a premium feature, but right now everybody should be able to manually insert data within these fields. None of the fields are extra. They all contribute towards the financial picture of an individual. So I think we can keep this page as it is. We don't change it anymore. Setting goals. Setting goals is an interesting page. I think this is the page where we will first make the change coming in. Right now on the page we can set goals and those goals are visible. So this is a very basic require and we can save these goals in the database. I think this is a very basic requirement and everybody should be able to set goals and save it and view them whenever they come to this page. But seeing a goal progress on this page is, I consider it as a premium feature or something that definitely is a plus one to this page. So let's try and see what we can do about the page. So let's go to the pages and let's go to the this is, let's see, the updated finance. This is the goals page, right? Home page and then update finance and then the components. We should have a goal settings. So in this I do see load progress, and then within the load progress I'm able to display the progress, right? Progress set, get progress in percentage, and that is going to be used over here within the div that we have goal progress div, and that matches with the goal progress section we have below, the emergency, retirement and health. Now I don't know how to start this, but we can definitely take the AI help over here. So I've copied this code and we are going to ask ChatGPT. We are going to see, we are going to put like update this page to query TV to determine if user is paid user or not from column, and then in the database we have the column paid user, paid underscore user, in users table, and show the progress, goal progress section to them, paid users. Okay, and we are going to paste our existing code and we are going to let ChatGPT determine what changes needs to be done. So we'll wait for the response. Let's see. Usually when this page becomes too big, it takes a bit of time for ChatGPT to come up with an answer because the context becomes big enough for the AI to use that. We wait for the response. I think there's a partial response. ChatGPT understands what we need to do, so we'll wait for the rest of the response to come. Render. Maybe after this query I might create another stingy a before, or we can call it Pennywize, Pennywize 1, and that can help us continue. So that next time we don't have to wait for a long time for a response like this. And before we do that, let me check the I think we'll wait for it. The response is a bit slow, but we can have patience and we can wait for the response. Yeah, I think this is kind of little slow. Oh, I can see an update. So only for the goal section for paid users. I also added a tiny loading state and friendly upsell message for non-paid users. Okay, we'll see what that changes. So if we go through it, we are getting the super base, we are getting the user, and we are calling the associated functions, and then we would have the paid user is going to be saved in the state. It's a boolean. So then we are going to load paid flag is loading paid. So this thing will happen when the page renders, and then load goals, and over here if set goals previous, so this is the goal section, load goals, and now use effect load progress is not present, then we return this. And here we are going to go to the submissions, and here we are going to look into the set progress, and that depends on the user and super base. So and then we have the on click here, and let's okay, so looks like we can copy this one. For now it's look like the whole page is rendered, so let me go to the goal settings page and paste it here, and it will take some time for the changes to be visible. The changes are now visible. Let's check them out. So these have been set to constant, which is okay. There is a space here. Now we are going to use a record goal fields, and then health comma edit. Again, this instead of any becomes a record of goal fields, and then we are adding is paid user field and is loading paid. Okay, and then load the paid user flag, so we are doing that, and then error loading paid user, that if we get any problem doing that. This is one paid user section, there's a space added, and then goals we just do data 0. So this is going to be the emergency retirement and health information from data 0 instead of the load. Get latest progress from submission, then set progress here. Instead of data 0 we are passing in the retirement, health and emergency, and then handle the change. And over here get progress percentage, we have the goal fields, type of goal fields, and then over here instead of block we are changing it to 2 different lines, and then here it's is finite, and then below we have the paid only section, and then the paid only section we have the goals. So this one goal progress is loading paid. If it's present and is the user is paid user, then we show this div, and then we have the inset associated with it. So this one is there, and then it has the style associated. Goal progress is a premium feature. Upgrade to the paid plan to track your progress towards each goal over time. So I think this is something that people without the paid facility would see on their page, while people who are paid will see the progress. So let's see. I am not very clear about the changes, but paid segregation on goals page. So I'm going to commit this one for now, commit and sync. And the next thing we are going to do is we are going to go to the deployment, and we are going to wait for the deployment 30 seconds for the build to finish. Okay, the build is finished. Now we come on this page. I know from the database that I am not a paid user, everything is false. So now I will go and refresh this, and I get a message. My goals are still visible. I get a message. Goal progress is a premium feature. Upgrade to paid plan to track your progress towards each goal over time. So my user is gap is god. So let me look at the goals, and let me go to gap is god user, and the paid user is going to be true or false here. So let's make it true. Let's make it true right now in the database, and now let's refresh the page. Now when I refresh the page, this is visible for me. Goal progress is visible, and this field is there available. If I make it false again, I will check that it becomes into goal progress is a premium feature. Now in the future we might be able to make the user opt for the paid version, and then once they opt into it, they would be able to go and see the goals below. I think that's a plus one. It doesn't hamper the functionality. You can see your goals, what you had set for the user. Even if you don't pay for it, I feel it's completely fine. But if you pay for it, you get an added bonus of monitoring or seeing your progress of the savings that you're doing against the fields that you have marked as your goals. So I think that's something we can work on. Also, another change I would want to make is when I sign out, we have set saving goals, and then in these features I would want another section called paid features, free features and paid features. So I would want two sections. One is the free features and another one is the paid features. And I would, in free features, we would have set saving goals, set and view saving goals. And then in the paid features, I would want to have see goals, progress made against goals. So, okay, I can make ChatGPT come up with that. So right now, first we need to figure out what is the page. The page is usually home page. So let's go to the home page. Within pages, we'll have the home page and we have this feature section, right? This is the feature section that we have. So okay, so let's copy this, Control A, Control C, and now we'll go back to ChatGPT. Now in ChatGPT, I would want to create one more page. So let's add one more here, and we can say, let's paste this and update features to two sections. That is paid feature and free features. And number two, in free features, have all features, keep all features, feature items in free features, section, rename set rename to set/view saving goals. And also add feature item in paid features section as view savings goals progress. Okay, so I think this is kind of the requirement that we are aiming for on the home page. So let me send it across. This is treated as a separate code. I would rename it to Pennywize 1. So it's renamed to Pennywize 1 and we will use this going forward. And for 9 seconds ChatGPT thought for it. So yes, it looks like the code is there. We are rendering it still, and we are yet to reach. Now we are reaching the goal section. So instead of that, we are set/view saving goals, and then we call this as free features, and then we have paid features, and there is one view saving goals progress. I think this looks good. Let me copy this for the home page and save it in our application. Control V, and this will trigger a change within that for us to commit. I do see free features and paid features section, and I do see the changes we require on it. So we'll give it maybe a couple of minutes for it to update and give us for us to view the changes. Yeah, I can see the changes now. Changes is a small change here for features section, and that's going to be 320, and then free features here, a separate section, and we have set slash view, and then the same logic for margin bottom and everything for the paid feature, and a new feature item within that. So I think I'm happy with this, and then we would say updated feature list, and we commit and sync. And next thing we know is, let's look at the deployment. We are at 5 seconds, wait for 30 seconds on this one. Yeah, 33 seconds. I think this is good. So now we can refresh this page. Hopefully we see the changes in the feature. Yes, we do see the changes. The sidebar has grown little, maybe 280 to 320 pixels, so it's come out a little. That's not a big deal. We are good with it. We can still sign in and we can see the banner properly, so I don't see any problem. In free features, I can see that we are seeing set and view saving goals, and in paid features I can say view saving goals progress, which is what we did right now. So at this moment I would end this video. I would say this is just the start for us. We have reached the goal section on our sidebar. If you look at it, we've just reached to the goal section. We still have to go through financial history. There are other changes over here, added features like saving and deleting the history, editing the history, all that is there. Maybe certain things in the future about breakdown. Chat GPT, we would want to keep the long term and short term, but not this goal section is an extra thing which the paid user would look into. And preferences would be like, we would give monthly email report to everybody, and a weekly email report to paid users. So we will update the preferences accordingly and let people choose what they need to do. Otherwise I think everything else. And the feedback thing, I think feedback feature as a whole should be a paid feature, so that people who are interested in contributing and helping the application grow would be in a better position to submit feedback, and those feedbacks will be taken seriously as well as implemented in the future. So I think based on all that, we have work to do on this. We cannot mark this completely as done at the moment till we finish all the features within the application, and then and in the end we'll also look at the feature list and make sure we are giving justice on the home page for all the features that we have within the application. So I think yeah, let's see how it goes. For now we can end this video and we'll continue in the next one. Thank you so much.